Hey you guys, it's time for a family favorite, especially my husband Charles's favorite Christmas cookie all year round is oatmeal raisin. So we are going to make a soft and chewy oatmeal raisin cookie, and I've got things spread out everywhere, y'all. So the first thing I do for this recipe is I take my raisins and I soak them in warm water. That just makes them kind of plump up. So I've already done this for 10 minutes, so I need to drain them. So I have a colander in here, and just it fits and nestles in this little bowl. So I'm gonna just put my raisins in here now and drain them off. Okay? Now what we're gonna do is we've got to cream our butter and sugar together. So I have got all that over here, and all I'm doing, y'all, let me just turn you around. Y'all gotta walk with me, talk with me. Yeah, right, Peter Frampton. Who remembers that? Who's old as Hades like me? Okay. Here we go, y'all. We are putting in, and I am tripling this recipe. So we have got to have 3 cups of butter, 2 sticks to a cup, y'all. So we are putting in 6 sticks of butter. Charles just came in. Just to let you know, honey, our sweet boy bear already ate his dinner. All right. 6 sticks, y'all. That's a lot of butter, isn't it? So I have 6 sticks. Y'all don't need to sit here and watch me do this. I'm going to put 6 sticks of butter in here. And then the sugar, I'm putting 3 cups of brown sugar. And I am putting 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar. So once I get all the butter and sugar in here, and I'm going to whip it up until it's good and incorporated and kind of soft and fluffy, then I will be adding in my eggs and mixing that up. Then we'll put in our vanilla and our molasses. But let me go ahead and get all this butter and stuff in here to start whipping, and then we'll come back for the next step. All right, y'all, we've got the butter and sugars creamed together, and this is kind of what it looks like. Just until it's smooth, that's fine. You don't need to, whip it to death or anything. Just get it smooth and combine. I've scraped down the sides a little bit. And then we're going to add in 6 eggs. 6 eggs, y'all. I'm trying to stand out of the way, but it's probably not working, is it? Laura's poor little kitchen. I got my little trash bowl sitting down here in the sink. I could have lowered this bowl to make it easier, but we're doing it now. My husband's going to walk in here in a minute and make a bunch of noise. I'm videoing, honey. Alright. We're almost there, folks. We got 4. 5. And 6. Alright. Now, we are going to mix those up. And so that's good and incorporated. Now, on our raisins, I've drained them, but you want to pat them dry because you don't want wet raisins going in your cookies. Alright, let's see if I can get this juice out of here because it's hitting the bottom of the bowl. And we don't want that. Goodbye, raisin juice. Alright. So now I'm going to just sit here while that's mixing up, and I've just got some paper towels, y'all, and I'm just kind of patting these little raisins dry with the paper towel. If you don't want to pump yours up and soak them in water, don't do it. But it's just a little extra, just to make the texture a little bit better. And not make them, dry or anything. It just helps to plump them up a little bit. Alright, that ought to be about good. Look at this thing, y'all. Look at all that raisin juice right there. Looks like coffee. It smells delicious. Do y'all like raisins? You like oatmeal raisin? Alright, let's turn this up a little bit. And get her whipped up in there. Now, these aren't going in now, but I'm just kind of multitasking. People, multitasking. Alright. Say about 1 minute. That's about it. Alright. Now what we're going to do is we need to add in our vanilla. Let me grab my vanilla. Alright. It's three tablespoons. I might have to get out my other vanilla, y'all. Let's see if I can reach it. My backup vanilla. Here's my backup jar. I'll refill this little jar with this one. Good night. She's on tight, y'all. Let me get my little gripper. Alright. I might have enough done, but I don't think so. Alright. I got my backup. God, wait, that smells good. Lord, it's homemade vanilla, y'all. Alright. Let's get our tablespoon measurer out of here. And we're going to add in, yes, I said tablespoons, not teaspoons, folks. 3 tablespoons of vanilla. Almost had enough. There comes the vanilla bean. I think I'm going to try to dip it in here, y'all. Because it's not going to pour out of there real easy. Alright. We got our 3 tablespoons of vanilla. I'm going to sit this over here because when I'm done, I'll get my little funnel out and I'll refill. 3 tablespoons of vanilla, and let me grab my grandma's molasses. And I'm going to probably need that same gripper for this, actually. I think I'm going to have to hit this one with a knife a little bit. There we go. Perfecto. And on the grandma's molasses, we're going to be using 3 tablespoons of grandma's molasses. Use whatever kind you like. I would not use blackstrap because it's just a little stronger. Backstrap, blackstrap, backstrap. I said it wrong. Ooh, this is some sticky goodness. Sticky! Then I'll overflow this one because some of it was stuck in there on the other 2. And then I'll scrape this one. If I can find my, there it is. Thank you, Lord. Putting it right there in my hands. Alright, we'll just scrape this good old molasses off of here. Yeah, you know what's good with a nice biscuit? Mix you some molasses and some butter. Spread it on a biscuit. It's mighty good. Mighty good, y'all. Alright, there's our molasses. Now we're going to whip this one back up. Oh! Y'all didn't see that, right? Accidentally hit high too quick. Look, there goes my bowl where I was going to put my flour in. I'm going to have to dry that out. I won't rinse it because that's some good vanilla. I'm going to just dry it because my flour's going to go in. That didn't get too bad, y'all. It didn't get it too bad. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Got it up on the back. Oh, I knocked them. Alright, what did I do? Alright, let me try this. Plug this a little bit. There we go. There we go, people. We got it now. Alright, so what are we going to do next? We are going to turn this up and let it mix up pretty good. Because right now it looks like curdled milk, just because we're mixing wet into kind of sticky oily. And that's why we need to turn it up on high to get it incorporated, to have it come together, y'all. Come together. And in a second, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to scrape down the sides. Can y'all even hear me with all this going on? Alright, she's coming together. So now what I'm going to do, y'all probably can't see, but I'm going to lower my bowl. And I'm going to scrape down this little paddle right here. It's all on the top. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I'm going to give us a little scrape. Get on the bottom here and make sure we're getting all this on the bottom. Scrape off our little spatula. Get all that goodness off of there. Alright. Then we'll raise her back up and we'll go a little bit more. Okay? Alright. We got our butter here for the next one. This one's empty. I was counting it up in the last, let's see, what is today? The last 3 days so far, I've done 91 dozen. I said 91 dozen. And now we're making these. I don't know how many we'll get out of this 3 batches. And 4 batches of fudge that I've made. 91 dozen cookies and 4 batches of fudge. I've ordered some special, they're called Calais, some chocolate and vanilla Calais. They're more of a high quality. It's not like the little imitation ones you can get at the store or the almond bark you buy to dip things. So I bought these Calais that are delicious, and I'm going to make some peppermint bark out of that. And also I'll use that to dip my pretzel rods in. So we're just about done here, y'all. It's coming together. Alright, I think that looks good. We're all together now. I don't even know if I can show y'all what it kind of looks like, but I'll try so you can see. Okay, it's just kind of mixed up and, oh God, it smells so good, y'all. Alright. So now we're going to go over to the other side and do our dry ingredients. Alright, so now we need 5 cups of flour. So we're going to spoon it into our cup measure. And I just like to do it over a paper plate to catch, you know, all that loose stuff. But we don't want it packed in to scoop down in this container. We want it leveled off. Alright, 1. So, get in there. All right. 3. Have I lost count yet, John? Are you counting with me? Help me count them out. How many times have y'all done stuff and a lot going on, people coming in and out and lose count? I have told my family before, stop coming in here. Y'all are messing me up because I have to dump it back out and count and do it over. 4. All right, last one, folks. Last one. Wait till we get to the oats. It's 9 cups of oats. I'm just going to make a lot of oatmeal cookies. A lot of oatmeal cookies. All right. 5 cups of oatmeal. Okay. And then we just take this little plate. Voila, dump it right back in. There's a tiny bit I dropped right here, but other than that, it's not really a mess, y'all. All right. So now we add in our baking soda, and we need to have 3 teaspoons of baking soda. You know, for cookies, you don't typically use baking powder. You generally just use baking soda. 2, 3. And then we need to add almost a teaspoon of salt because the recipe calls for unsalted butter, but I have salted butter. So I'm just going to use right about close to a teaspoon, but not quite. All right. There we go. We got our salt and we got our baking soda. Now we're going to go over and we're going to add this to the wet ingredients. But the first thing I'm going to do is take this, I'm going to stir this up a little bit. I could get my whisk out, but I don't really see the need, y'all. We just stir this up with this little spoon, and that's good enough. All right, now we're going to come back over to the bowl. Okay, so I'm going to put this on, well, I'm going to take this spatula out first, y'all. Now, this thing's already kind of full with the butter and the stuff. So, I'm hoping this is going to all fit in here. And if it doesn't, y'all, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to just mix it by hand. Not a big deal, but we're going to try to go for this and see how it works. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to put my little guard on here because this is going to try to keep most of the powdered sugar, dry ingredient. Usually I only use this for my icing for my cupcakes. So I got powdered sugar on the brain, but we're going to put her on low and we're going to just start feeding this little stuff in this little hole right here. We'll get it all mixed up best we can. And hopefully it won't run over. But it ain't that big a deal to mix with my hand because I've done all the rest of the cookies mixing them up by hand. So I won't mind too bad. It'll be alright. Making cookie jar is not hard. It takes a little time. You get your little ingredients out, but it's sure not hard. It's getting mixed up in there pretty good. This is the oldest old Tupperware bowl you ever did see. I don't even know where it came from. I don't think it was mine. I don't know where I got this bowl. I've had it for a long time. Alright, now, let's see if I can get the rest of this flour scraped out of this old bowl. And then into that little bitty hole. That's going to be the trick. To get all of this in that hole. But I'm going to try to make it work. One thing is going to hit my cabinet. So I got to pull this thing out. Don't I wish I had a big old chef kitchen. But I love my home, y'all. I've told y'all before. Oh, Laura Bush. I tell you what, let's just go and take this little thing out. And we're going to just dump this right on in here. That'll probably make it easier right there, won't it? Almost got it, y'all. Almost got it. Let me see if I can flip them. Do the little flip. Not to be confused with the bend and snap. Some of y'all will get that and some of you won't. Yes, we have a little beautiful dusting of our equipment. But we're baking, folks. Flour's supposed to get everywhere, isn't it? That looks like it's mixed up pretty good. So, you're supposed to add in the raisins and the oats and stuff, but I know it ain't fitting in this bowl. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to dump it in this bowl and I'm going to mix the stuff in here. So I'll be right back. All I'm doing is dumping this into here. Y'all don't need to watch me do that. All right. So we've got our kind of battered dough transferred in. See, it's just a thicky kind of creamy dough. And now we're going to add in, folks, 9 cups of oats. I'm hoping all this going to fit in here because then the raisins got to go in. So 9 cups. Y'all help me keep count. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to mix these 3 in. I wouldn't. Because otherwise, I'll never probably all get it mixed in. Although that little batter is very light and creamy because it's not a ton of flour compared to the amount of butter and things in there. I'll pull this closer so I don't have to reach so far. So I'm going to just kind of incorporate some of this in. Y'all probably never triple y'all's. But that's what I do, y'all. I go commercial bakery right in my kitchen. Alright, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. And these are old-fashioned rolled oats, not the quick oats. This is the old-fashioned oats to give it that good chewy texture you want in an oatmeal cookie. The quick oats, that's not the same texture. You don't want that. Maybe if you were home alone and you were just making something for yourself and that's all you had, use it. But you're making this as a Christmas cookie to give somebody, you need to make it with the right thing. You want these textures and all to turn out. All right? 6. We going 7. 8. Tell me I got just enough. Y'all, look out here. 9, 13, go figure. I have some more ready. But I don't know. Nice. I'll put the fresh ones in there when I'm done. Fill my little container back up. My little pop container. OXO, that's the brand. I like OXO things. They're good quality. I like those little pop containers. They're easy to stack things and see in my pantry. I thought they were totally airtight and that it would make my snacks last longer because, you know, if I open a bag of chips or crackers or whatever, it's just me and my husband and we don't eat a ton of like snacks like that. But it doesn't. They get stale pretty quick in there. A clip on the bag works better than those, but they work great for the flours and oats and grits and pasta and sugars and all that kind of thing that, you know, doesn't just go stale. All right, so, workout, y'all. I have got a workout. All right, now I've got my 3 cups of plumped up raisins that I soaked for 10 minutes and then I patted them dry with a paper towel. So we're going to get those in here. Set this over here out of my way and wipe my hand off. Because it's got sticky raisin on it. Alright, y'all. Now we're going to just kind of stir these in. You can't hardly tear up a raisin. So I'm just going in and drawing it back to me. I'm going down to the bottom. Round and round she goes. God, it smells so good. Do y'all love cooking smells like I do? I've asked y'all that a lot of different times, but I've got new viewers, y'all. Not everybody's heard my same old stories. My same old freak things that I love to smell. Herbs and spices and everything nice. Girls, sugars and spice and everything nice. What are little boys made out of? Little girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. Was it little boys are made of spiders and snakes and I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing up with that old song from the 70s. I don't like spiders and snakes. But that ain't what it takes to love me. Y'all remember that old song? I don't like spiders and snakes. But that ain't what it takes to love me. Like I want to be loved by you. I'll stop now. Y'all, I have a good time when I'm cooking. Don't think I don't. Because I do. I do. I love orange soda. I do. All right. It's sticky. This will be like a little difficult to scoop and come off the scoop because this is a sticky type of a batter. Doughy batter. See what I mean? It's sticky. So anyway, I'm going to get to scooping. Y'all, I was a little nervous to triple this because last year how I found out that butter is not what it used to be and they were putting less butter fat and more water into the butter is I tripled my oatmeal raisin cookies and I put them on the cookie sheet and they spread out so bad. When I pulled it out the oven, I had a solid cookie sheet of cookie. There was no separation. It had literally spread together and it was a giant sheet cake cookie. I could have cried. Do you know how much work and time went into that? So I did it again with a single batch, thinking maybe I messed up counting the ingredients. So I did a single batch. Exact same thing happening. Y'all, I threw it out. It was so depressing. And then I realized there's no it's got to be the butter. So I went out and I bought that Danish butter that is like 86% butter fat, which is unheard of. I told you the challenge is 82. I want to say Kerrygold is 82, 83. But anyway, when I come back and use the other butter, they baked perfectly. So that's how I found out it was the butter. And this year, I went for the good butter, so we should be fine. But I will come back and let y'all see when the first batch comes out of the oven. Again, I'm just using my little small scoop. And I'll let y'all see that this butter doesn't spread out and make a giant sheet cookie. But anyway, we'll be back in a little bit, y'all. These cook, oh, let me tell y'all. These little cookies cook for a little while. It's on page 2. I'm on page 1. It says on 350 for 12 to 14 minutes. Lightly brown on all sides. The centers will look very soft and underbaked. But when you pull them out, you got to let it sit on the sheet pan for almost 5 minutes. So it's going to continue to cook and set. I usually do this kind of the last thing in the day because 12 minutes for a thing to cook, 12 to 15 minutes or whatever it says for one pan, and then you got to let it sit on the pan for 5 minutes, and I've tripled the thing. It'll be forever. It's already 7 o'clock. It'll probably be midnight before I bake all these cookies, but you can always take your cookie dough and just put it in the refrigerator. Or it's cold, I got a back porch, I can put the lid on. I've got a lid for this bowl. I can sit on my back porch if I get too tired and I don't feel like cooking anymore. I'm going to finish them up tomorrow. So any cookie dough, it's fine. You can refrigerate it. You can make it ahead of time, refrigerate it in it. It's easy peasy, folks. Anyway, I'll see y'all after the first batch. Y'all, I got to show y'all something freaky. So I told you I have on my country music. And it switched off of the artist I was listening to. I was listening to John Party's Christmas, and it switched and continued on something. And I think this is just a group, like an unknown, singing these little songs. But they have got an AI cowboy sitting in front of the fireplace, y'all. I have got to show y'all this. It's almost freaky, okay? I'm going to walk y'all over so I can get you a good view. Can y'all see this? Watch his hand up here. It never, like, moves. Is it freaky? I mean, it's kind of pretty when you first look at it. And he's better than the other one they had. They had another one a minute ago. He had a Santa hat on. But how about that AI? An AI cowboy, y'all. Did you ever think you would see an AI cowboy? Crazy, isn't it? Anyway. You know what? While I got y'all on here, let me walk y'all back here and look at this crazy dog of mine. He was rubbing on his head. He does that all the time. He scratches. I'm going to take y'all back here. Watch out, Bear. Get out the way, buddy. Look, I got y'all on my tripod, so I'm standing here on my head. But I want y'all to see the girls' playroom, what it looks like. So this is normally their playroom, but since I got you here, this is all the stuff I've made. That's 3 things of snack mix right here. This is chocolate chip cookies. This is my Kahlua ball. Can y'all even see Kahlua balls? This is 2 sugar cookies. I forgot what's underneath in that pan. These are my chocolate espresso cookies. And my sprinkly peppermints. I don't know what the heck is under here. What is under there, y'all? Oh, that's more of the chocolate chip cookies. Okay, more chocolate chips. And then over here, can y'all see back there? That's my fudge. I haven't even cut these 2 pans yet. That's fudge that I've already cut. And this I haven't cut. And then, I'm trying to back y'all up here. Y'all getting dizzy? These are all my other ingredients and things that I got out. Can y'all believe it? I mean, it's like a commercial bakery in this house. I didn't have room for all this stuff in my kitchen. So, I'm using the playroom, y'all. Anyway, I'll see y'all when my oatmeal's baked up. Hey y'all, alright, so all the oatmeal raisin cookie stuff is mixed and I'm ready to start baking some. So the oven's already on 350. I don't think it's been off all day. But anyway, let's see. I mean, it's sticky, so it's going to be, you know, different than those other ones we were making, like the cake box cookies and things. But I'm going to still try to go with the 4 across and 6 down. And we're going to see how it spreads out, how it does. Hopefully it'll be okay. Let's open. Hey, they're not sticking to the scoop too bad. I know y'all can't see where it is right now, but you'll be able to when I get to the next row. Or maybe 2 rows. You don't really need to see me do all this, but I wanted y'all to see with me how, you know, sticky it was and how it came off the scoop and all that kind of thing. See just how pretty this big old thing of cookie dough is right here, y'all. Oh, I see y'all are starting to be able to see it. But the pan's so big, I can't really pull it down any further. Or I would have, so y'all could see better. But you'll be able to see in a minute. Y'all can see them coming on down. Yeah, this is working great. So what happened was I had to stop and get my husband's dinner and get, you know, the animals taken care of and just do some, you know, evening chore type things. And so I didn't, once I got it mixed up, I wasn't ready to start baking yet. Come on. So I put the lid on this and set it on the back porch, and it's, I don't know, right now, maybe what, 48 degrees? But instead of leaving it, you know, in the warm kitchen, where the butter would start to want to, you know, soften up more, it would have been very sticky. I set it out there while I was doing those little chores. So I guess it's been out there for maybe 35 minutes. So anyway, it's a nice, good consistency. And while these are baking, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm thinking I might just go with 5. I'm going to go with 4 and 5 on these because I feel like they're going to spread out more than those other cookies from the cake box mix I made and those sugar cookies. I feel like these are probably going to spread a little bit. So I'm going to just stick in right now 1 pan and let this start cooking because I want to see how it's going to bake up. Are y'all following me? Do I sound so confusing? I'm kind of thinking as I go. I'm thinking out loud, folks. Thinking out loud. I sometimes say I'm doing the Ed Sheeran now. Okay? Some of you'll get that. Some of you won't. Let me get this cookie dough off. Alright, so when in doubt, go a trial run. So this is going to be our trial run. 4 across, 5 down. We're going to see how these things spread or not. and I'll be back with you in about 12 minutes. All right, y'all, the test batch is out. So the recipe said 12 to 14 minutes. I said, well, I'm not doing it that long, so I said I'm going to do it at 10 instead of 12 to 14. Well, I should have done it in 8 because they are, yeah, can y'all tell how brown they are? I'm going to bring one over there. Oh, no, I'm not, because I got to sit on the pan for 5 minutes. Anyway, they're really brown. So these will be like, you know, for the husband or whatever. But like I said, that's why I only put one in the oven. But the good news is you can see they didn't spread, you know, and touch each other. But I'm glad I went 4 and 5 instead of 4 and 6 like I've been doing all the other cookies, because I knew they would spread out more. But they look great. They're good texture. And look, this is the way I love them. There's one cookie, I can't remember the exact name, but it's something lace. And it's very similar to what these look like. They're just not as thick as these. But they get, it's almost like if you ever had brownie brittle, it's almost, think oatmeal raisin brittle, like that. So these are close to the same color that you do for those, but it's almost like brown butter. This is going to have a little bit of a nutty flavor, which reminds me, if y'all like nuts, you can always add like some walnuts or pecans in here. My husband just likes them plain, so that's, you know, how I'm making them, but they're delicious with nuts in there. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I've got the next one in. I've got the timer set for 8 minutes. I went ahead and did the same setup because I could look in there and see they weren't spreading. But anyway, make y'all some oatmeal raisin cookies. I don't want to test them because they're too hot. But maybe I'll come back and taste some in a little bit, or I'll tell you what my husband thought when he sneaks in and sees them, his favorite cookie. Y'all have a good night. Hey, I wanted to give y'all a little tip on these cookies. Because there's so much sugar in these and they're such a kind of sticky cookie, once I take them off the sheet pan, then I just take and use just a dry paper towel. Look, you need really 2 hands to do this, and I'm holding the phone. But you just want to rub paper towel over it and just get that stuff off. And then go ahead, see the little crumbs that got on there? So just wipe that off in between, and you can keep using the same parchment paper, but don't let it just build up. Okay, then that's going to get on the bottom of your cookies and not be good. Okay. All right, we're going to try one of these. This was the first batch, okay? So I want to see the texture. Okay, look, it's not too crunchy. So that's good, but the edges are. Oh. That's good, y'all. I don't really even think it's cooked too much, but my husband would. It tastes delicious to me. Anyway, it's yummy. All right, y'all. These are 9-minute cookies. Okay? These are the 10-minute cookies. But these are going to sit on this pan right here for 5 minutes. And the pan is hot. They'll continue to cook and set. So I'm going to come back and show y'all what they look like after the 5 minutes. Okay, so I also wanted to show y'all what they look like when I scoop them. So these aren't exact and perfect like some of your sugar cookies and those cake box cookies are. You want them to have these little, you know, tails coming off, and not necessarily that kind of glob right there. I'll get that off. But you want them to be more, y'all know my word, a little more rustic looking, natural. And the other thing, you know, usually when I'm using my cookie scoop, I bring it up and I just level it off and get it flat. But on these, I don't want them heaping, but I want it just kind of full, y'all, like that. See how I'm not scraping it? And then I drop it on the cookie sheet. But anyway, hopefully that'll help you a little bit. Okay, these have set for 5 minutes. So these are our 9-minute cookies. I know, y'all, the light in here is terrible, but they've got a little bit of, chewiness to them. You see, they're a little bit soft in the center. They're done. They're cooked. But that's just, that's just my table. It's just, they're like a gooey little cookie. That's kind of the way my husband likes them. Now, again, 9-minute cookie, 10-minute cookie. In the oven, 10 minutes. The other one's 9 minutes. So, whichever way you like them, a little more crispy and set, then I'd go 10 minutes. A little more soft center, ooey gooey, and not quite as dark, 9 minutes. So, your choice.